This is HaShulchan here. There's Simon Tez, Simon Chav Dalet, Steve Tez Zayin through Yud Ches. This is Supplemental Day 119 of the HaShulchan Yomi series. Tez Zayin, case how is the invalidation of Chalada? Because of a Rambam. The Rambam writes in Perek Gimel Din Tes, such as you inserted the knife between the simon, one simon and another simon. Whether you severed the upper simon on top, whether you sever shechted the lower simon below, which is derech shchita, so it's possible. If you inserted the knife underneath the skin and then shechted the two simanim properly, or even if you inserted the knife underneath the some matted wool on the animal's neck, or even if you put a rag on the knife, and on the neck, and you sheft it underneath the rag. Since the knife is not revealed, it is a question of the vela. So if you share the minority by inserting the knife, then you complete the shchita without the insertion of the knife in a revealed way. It's a question of the vela. And a quote from the Rambam. Miut testimony who ben miut rishon ben miut emtsoi. We talk about the minority. We talk about both the first minority or the middle minority. What should be able to comment in Gimel, as he explains it in Gimel Zel Sharavim Doras Oichli ben b'shlisha rishon ben b'shlisha emtsoi. If you did drasa or chalada, right, to apply the pressure or the or insert the knife, ben b'shishisha, ben b'shisha, and say whether in the first third or the middle third, it's apostle shchita, kal neshono. Klamar, it's sovei nevela. What does apostle mean? So it's a question of nevela. But if the last third you insert the knife, or doras, or you apply pressure, so that shows it's kosher. It's also opinion by a delay in the last minority. So they holds the Zeshen Shabbat Besufik. That which Gemara remains with a suffix, and you did a chalada out of minority of the simanim, so miut kama. I'm sorry, that's on the first part or the second part. Ava miut also, but on the last part, ain't kama suffix no suffix. Came the Rabban Simon Nishul to come. It's mostly selected properly. Nigmarach shchita, the shchita has been properly completed. But shuv loich pasla mashana asa achaka. Then we're not no longer so what happens afterwards. Yudzayin, Rashi, they both hold the Vod. And you said some other rabbis hold something that's something more Miut Basra. The second one is not going in the first or the second minority, it's going in the third minority. Miut Kam Pshilan the Vivada Nevela. In the first or the third, it's definitely Nevela. That's Rashi. Came Shah Psulu Ubehechsha Shchita, since the Psul is in the part which constitutes the kashrus of Shchita. Like Miut Basra, only a last minority. It's possible to say since the shchita has been the primary component of shchita has properly completed. Look, we don't care. It's possible the entire thing of one shchita mitzvah does become possible even in the miut basra. Since it's preferable to shecht all the simanim, since when Moshe taught, was Moshe taught by Kodesh Baruch Hu, the chalada or the rasa post tell us that the insertion or the pressure is possible. Post shchita renders shchita unfit. It's even talking about the last minority. Gemara nishar b'safek, the Gemara remains in doubt. Have a safek nevela, and it's a question of nevela. Hachikam l'adina. Well, the Gemara nishar b'safek, have a safek nevela. Period. Hachikam l'adina, and with this only passing the Maisa that even miut basra is a problem, and the miut kama and miut emtsoi would be an avela vadai. We hold this way even in a case of substantial loss. Yudches, v'zel shor rabbeinu beisesim. If you this beisesim, im la'achar shachar rov simonim. If after the shach the majority of the simonim, yechlida sakin tachas mila nishar, you inserted the knife underneath the minority of the simonim which remain. Mishneim from the both sake trachea and esophagus. Omer remember one of them. Upaso kosko, and you severed it. Mutar, it's permissible. V'yesh mishor shulchan bezeh. Those who answer in this case as well. It's preferable to be concerned with what he says ab initio, at least if you can. So the Beis Yosef passes primarily like the Rambam. Because of that, Rashi Everybody writes about Rashi that only it's preferable to be concerned with this. Rabbeinu Amar Kasab Alav, the Ramah writes, our custom is to say that any chalada, any insertion is treif. Whether it's the first minority or the last minority, whether it's the trachea or the esophagus, it's not just a custom. Okay, that's Rashi Bag. This is the primary law according to the Rashi in the Bag. He writes, as we know, one of the Gonim is from a Masorah from Chachmei Talmud. What does it mean to say? What does it mean? It's a minhag. They came in since the custom is to treif it up, to consider treif no matter what. So since we get the custom, that means we accept upon ourselves. Rashi and Bag is primary law. So we hold. This is much more severe than delays. The Bishia by delays, there's a logic to say that came into Pasag. So once you stop shechting, your shchita is finished, and therefore the Shia b'mir pasuk should be nothing. By the pressure and the insertion, where it's all one shchita. You don't stop. Yeshes is for less, so there's more of a logic to answer. The bracket says here, the Shitas Rashi is a shop here. Rashi works out well. The question is only by delays and by insertion below b'drasa agrama b'ikor, not by pressure, by going out of the proper zone. And ikor and uprooting the simanim. Because in these three holech mamesh b'shchita achas, it's continuous to shchita by the shevagam miyut basra, and certainly the treifa no matter what, even in the last minority. But by the delays, came sheyesh hefsek, since interruption is a question because maybe it's over. And by chalada also he says by definition there has to be a certain interruption. If you want to now switch from shechting to inserting in the last minority, Kamban is obvious. That's what the Gemara asked first by chalada, and then by shia. It's like if you're going to say this, what about this? By chalada, it's possible because of slight interruption. And it's all like one shchita, so therefore more reason to aser. And therefore, if you're going to say that's okay, but now we have to ask by that's it's also right, but then we have to ask by Shia, which is a large interruption. Maybe that's okay because maybe it's the shchita was terminated. Now it's afterwards viduk, and understand that that's what the Gemara is asking. Okay, well, even challah is okay. Even challah is not okay. What about Shia? Maybe Shia is okay. Viduk. Okay, and that's it for today.